The soft whisper of the wind mingled with the crunch of sand beneath wooden wheels. The sorrowful gazes of the men followed the slow procession of the cart. But what truly tugged at the heart was the sight of the majestic male lion with his thick, dark mane, his amber eyes filled with a deep sadness. He pulled the cart carrying a shrouded form, as if bearing the weight of the entire village's grief. This is the story of Kamau and Simba, a friendship that transcended all boundaries, born from a harsh lesson by the river. Kamau, a weathered man with deep lines etched into his sun-kissed face, found Simba by the shallow riverbank during a fiery sunset. Simba was just a young male lion then, his soft, downy fur still bearing the marks of youth. Curiosity and youthful thirst had made Simba careless as he lowered his head to drink. The still surface of the water suddenly rippled, and an old, cunning crocodile lunged, its sharp teeth clamping down on the young lion's hind leg. Simba's pain-filled roar, mixed with terror, shattered the tranquility of the late afternoon, reaching the ears of Kamau, who was patrolling nearby. Without hesitation, Kamau rushed towards the scene, his familiar trekking stick in hand, yelling and waving it to scare off the vicious reptile. The crocodile, perhaps startled by the human presence, reluctantly released its grip and slid back into the murky water, disappearing beneath the surface. Kamau quickly reached Simba, who was trembling and whimpering in pain. The wound on his hind leg was deep and bleeding, his innocent eyes reflecting fear and helplessness. The old man's compassionate heart wouldn't allow him to abandon the injured creature. Despite the danger and the later warnings from the villagers, Kamau decided to take Simba in. He gently cleaned the young lion's wound with clean water, bandaged it with medicinal leaves he knew from the forest, and stayed by his side day and night, patiently coaxing him to drink and offering comfort. The following months unfolded into an extraordinary tale of interspecies friendship. Simba, with the resilient spirit of youth, gradually recovered under Kamau's devoted care. He learned patience and kindness from the old man, qualities the harsh wilderness had never taught him. Kamau helped Simba take his first tentative steps after the injury, shared his meager meals with the growing lion, and slowly taught him how to hunt safely and effectively, always reminding him of the painful lesson by the river. Simba's soft purrs became a morning greeting for Kamau, and his grateful gaze was the greatest reward for the old man's selfless act. Time passed, and Kamau became a teacher, a friend, and perhaps even an unlikely father figure to Simba. The young lion of before transformed into a magnificent beast, his developing dark mane a symbol of his growing maturity. The long scar on his hind leg remained, a constant reminder of his youthful vulnerability and the harsh lesson learned by the river, but also an invisible bond that tied him to Kamau. Simba always stayed close to Kamau during his patrols of the conservation area. His strength and agility became a valuable asset, safeguarding the peace of the entire region. The villagers gradually grew accustomed to this unusual bond, realizing that Simba was not just a wild animal saved, but a loyal protector of Kamau and their community. But the laws of nature spare no one. A sudden illness struck Kamau, felling the strong man of the land. Simba stayed anxiously by Kamau's bedside, his usual deep purrs replaced by worried rumbles, his amber eyes reflecting helplessness and sorrow as he watched his dear friend weaken day by day. During Kamau's final days, Simba remained close, gently licking the frail hand of the one who had saved his life by the river years ago, a tender gesture the naive young lion would never have imagined making. When Kamau breathed his last, a long, heart-wrenching roar tore through the stillness of the mud hut, echoing across the village. It was Simba's cry of profound grief, a lament that resonated through the arid land, a sorrowful farewell to the man who had changed his life, beginning with the danger and compassion by the river. The villagers, who had once been wary of the lion, were now deeply moved by the profound affection and immense loss he was experiencing. During Kamau's funeral, an extraordinary thing occurred. As the men prepared to carry his body to his final resting place, Simba approached the cart. Without any prompting, the majestic lion lowered his head, gently took the rope in his strong jaws, and began to pull the cart. His steps were slow and heavy, as if he were carrying not only Kamau's body but also the collective grief and irreplaceable loss of the entire community. The men walked silently beside him, no one daring to interrupt. They understood that this was Simba's final farewell to his benefactor, his friend, the one who had saved him from the jaws of the crocodile by the river years ago. The image of the lion pulling the funeral cart, moving through the mud-walled village bathed in the golden light of the setting sun, became a powerful symbol of a friendship that transcended all boundaries, of a loyalty that lasted until the very end, born from a moment of life and death by the river. The journey to Kamau's final resting place proceeded with solemn silence. Simba led the procession, his amber eyes never leaving the cart, occasionally letting out a soft, mournful sigh. When the cart finally stopped beside the freshly dug grave, Simba remained standing there, like a guard of honor, until the villagers had completed the burial. The place where the river had almost claimed the life of the young, inexperienced lion had now become the final resting place of the man who had taught him the value of life and love. After the funeral, Simba did not return to the wild as everyone had expected. He lingered near Kamau's grave, lying beneath the shade of an old acacia tree, his gaze fixed on the distant horizon where the river still flowed silently, a reminder of a difficult beginning filled with unexpected kindness. Occasionally, he would approach the grave, gently nudging the cold stone with his head, as if remembering the days of Kamau's care and their fateful encounter by the river. The villagers understood that Simba had not only lost a friend but a part of his soul. They no longer feared the lion, instead, they felt a deep sense of empathy and respect. They knew that the bond between Kamau and Simba was a special story, a testament to the fact that love and loyalty can flourish in the most unexpected places, even starting from a life-altering moment by the river. The story of Kamau and Simba is a profound reminder of the power of compassion and friendship, values that can overcome all barriers of species and circumstance. It shows us that a single act of kindness, like Kamau's by the river years ago, can change a life and blossom into a deep and enduring bond. The story also highlights the delicate relationship between humans and nature, and the respect and love we should have for all living creatures on this earth, especially those who are young and in need of protection. If the heartwarming story of the friendship between Kamau and Simba, which began by a fateful river, has touched your heart, please hit the subscribe button to follow our channel. We will bring you more meaningful stories and beautiful footage of the natural world and the extraordinary connections between humans and animals. Don't miss our upcoming videos, where you will discover more surprising and profound lessons from the life around us. Let's spread kindness and cherish the precious relationships in our lives, no matter where they begin or under what circumstances.